How I prove I'm disabled. This is a video I made back when I lived in the unit on my parents' property, and it's something I want to elaborate further because I have what's called a hidden disability, which means that at first glance I may not look disabled, but as a matter of fact I actually am. Even though at first glance I may not look disabled, I am. I have CVI or cortical visual impairment, as well as right hemiplegia, which is a type of cerebral palsy. I also have brain damage, which affects how I process information, because I may not process it in the same way that you do, meaning that there are certain things that I may not totally understand, or it may take me longer to understand something. I also have anxiety, which does affect how I process things, because I can overreact to stuff or overthink things because I just can't understand certain information. This also makes it hard for me to understand people's point of view sometimes because I can't actually process something I don't understand. What does all of this mean? Well, basically it means that when it comes to me and how my brain works, there's a lot of weird things going on that is caused by the umbilical cord at birth. So what is CVI or cortical visual impairment? To be honest with you, I don't really know exactly what it means. I just know it means that my brain is damaged, not my eyes, or at least the brain pathway that allows me to be able to see is damaged. I also have 3/60 vision, so what that means is that what a fully sighted person can see 60 meters away, I have to be 3 meters away to see what they can see at 60 meters away. What is right hemiplegia and how does it affect me? Well, right hemiplegia is a type of cerebral palsy. Now, cerebral palsy is what affects your muscles. It affects how you walk and do things. A lot of people are in wheelchairs who have cerebral palsy, and it affects different things, like some people may not even be able to talk, some people may be walking funny, and when it comes to right or left hemiplegia, what this means is it affects how you walk and how you do things with that side of your body. So for me, when I walk, I'm a little unbalanced. It means that I just do things a little bit differently. For me, I have mild right hemiplegia, so I'm still able to do a lot of things. I still have a lot of feeling in my hand. I may not have the best fine motor skills, so I can't write, but I can still hold things. Also, when it comes to walking, it's my fingers and my toes that are the most damaged, so they're the ones that have the least amount of feeling. So when I go to buy new shoes, for example, I will always try on the left foot in comparison to the right foot because I can't feel anything. I won't know if there's anything wrong with the shoe, and I'm very particular and very sensitive, so I like to get shoes that are super comfortable, and I need to try them on my left foot so I know how comfortable they actually are. Now let's get to why you're really here, starting with my cane. So this is something that I don't use as often as maybe I should. I use it more at night or in busy situations like crowds, if I am by myself, which doesn't happen too often. For me, I have enough sight to get around locations I know very well, even if there are crowds. So this is something that I use more at nighttime. Again, it's something I should use more often than I do. I just try to use the sight I do have because it's something that's important to me, so I'll use this because I have no real lower field. So that's why I'll use this, because if I can't see things below me, then I can look around me and use this to know what's below me. Because I rely more on my sight than I do my cane, I got one of these, something I recently purchased because I wanted to use it because, like I said, I don't use my cane as often as I should, and I rely more on my eyes, especially in familiar places. I'll take my cane out at night when I need to, but I purchased this because what this is an ID cane. It's small enough to fit in your purse and to take out when you need to show someone you're disabled. And because blindness is part of my disability or vision impairment, I have one of these. Now, this is often used by people with a lot of sight, so who are closer to being sighted. They are visually impaired or have low vision, but they have quite a bit of vision, so they'll just carry around one of these for when they need it, to tell someone that they need assistance or help. So it works exactly the same as a regular cane. It's only much smaller, and you can't even use it as a cane. It's just to stick out to say, hey, look at me, I am blind or visually impaired, please help me if I need it. Stick it out when there are cars coming, so someone might help you cross the road, for example. Then just simply fold it back up and put it in your purse until you need it again, and then pull it out when you need some assistance, just to show that you are in fact visually impaired and do need that help. Now, like I said before, this is a mobility parking pass, often used by people in wheelchairs for that mobility parking, or by people with a vision impairment or who are blind. It's used by me because I'm visually impaired and I have right hemiplegia, so I need to park close to somewhere so it's easy for me to walk places, because again, it is hard for me to walk places, especially long distances, because of my right hemiplegia. So this allows me to park close to something and go in. Now let's get into all of my cards. I did talk about this before in that video, but I have more cards now, and also I wanted to elaborate on them since I don't use all of them anymore. So first up, we have my Blind Foundation card. This is what notifies people that I am from the Blind Foundation, or a member of the Blind Foundation I should say, and that I'm visually impaired or blind. So I can just whip this out so people know, hey, this person is blind or visually impaired and may need some assistance. Then I have this card, which allows me to get cheaper taxi rides and things like that. It's just a little assistance so that I don't have to pay as much, and it just helps with taxis and any other form of transport. Next we have this card, which, because I don't have a driver's license because I am too disabled in the eyes of the law, I have one of these so that I can go to like bars and clubs and other places where I need some form of ID. So this is just my ID to prove that I am over 18 and can go to these locations. And finally, my newest card, we have my cerebral palsy card. This is what helps me notify that I am actually part of the cerebral palsy community, that I have right hemiplegia. It can help with different places that I go to show that I am in fact someone who has problems walking or problems with certain things, so that I can whip this card out, show people, and I can get discounts on things or help with stuff. That is what this is for. So there you go, that is all of my cards and different things that I use to identify who I am and that I'm disabled. I do also still have this card, but I do not use it anymore because I do not have a guide dog anymore because Minnie has been retired. But I got this when I first got her, and if I do ever get a guide dog in the future again, I will get another one of these. So I thought I'd just show it to you anyway. It just has a lot of things that you can use to show people that you are someone who has a service dog or a guide dog and needs assistance. But again, I no longer use it because I no longer need it, but I thought I'd just show it to you again anyway, just so that you know what it is. Now, I do also have these, which I don't actually wear that much anymore, but they are glasses with a very thick, hard prescription that allow me to be able to see things in more detail, and it kind of has that Sharpie outline from those old cameras, which I have kind of talked about before. But the purpose of these was so that I could see things that I could see a lot clearer. They were also for a long distance. I actually don't wear them anymore, partially because my sight has improved, but also just because I felt like I didn't need to wear them, and I don't really know how great the prescription is now. I don't know if I need to get updated on that or what, but there you go, that is everything about my disability as well as how I prove I'm disabled. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then don't forget to smash it a big thumbs up. Share the video with your friends if you liked it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!